This is DoD Contract Academy, where we talk about the business of government contracting. My name is Ricky Howard. I'm a former government procurement officer. And today we're going to talk about the 3 questions that you need to ask the government to know if you even have a deal, if you even have a shot at winning a contract. If you've been watching our channel for a while, you know that I am constantly pushing companies and sales executives to find opportunities before a solicitation ever comes out and engage with the government office that's in charge of the procurement during the market research phase. This is essential, as the relationships you develop and the meetings you are able to schedule with the government are really what's going to help you win your contract in the end. Now, when you get your meeting scheduled, and I've done videos on how to schedule meetings with the government and how to do that, but what do you do once you're in the meeting? Well, often you're giving a demo of the product or tool you have. Sometimes you're giving a PowerPoint presentation, but there's a few things that you need to be asking the government during that meeting that are going to give you insight into what's going on. And really, is there even an opportunity there? So if I'm meeting with an office, hey, program manager, do you have funding to put this on contract? He may say, nope, that's going to be FY25 and it's in the budget. If he says that, well, I know a few things. One is this is not going to be an immediate purchase. So I need to go back to my CRM, my pipeline, and now I'm estimating the date. I know it's going to be in FY25, sometime between October of 2024 and September of 2025. So the next question I'm going to ask is, well, what is the timeline for purchase? You can ask that directly. Often they don't tell you in a sources sought. And when you ask the question, he may tell you a specific date, or she may tell you something very general, like, well, we're targeting for spring of 2025. Well, that may not be the answer you want to hear, but it's critical in actually managing expectations if you're working in a company. And if it's your company, you need to know, like, realistically, when can funding come in? This is just a free tip. If they say, hey, it's this year's money. If it's this year's money, if it's fallout funds, that means they have to spend it before the end of the year. That tells me that they are lining up for an immediate purchase. So then my follow-on question will be, okay, so this year's money, so you're looking to make the purchase in the next 30 to 45 days. And they'll probably nod vigorously. Yep, we're looking to do that. We're looking to do it quick. So the first question is funding. Is this funded? And one thing we didn't cover is, what if there's no funding? They need to find it. That tells you, yeah, this is maybe a lead you can put in your pipeline, but this isn't serious yet. This is nowhere near going on contract. They don't have the money. Okay, great. So is there funding? Next, what is the timeline for purchase? So you actually know when the purchase is going to be made. And this is critical. How are you planning on putting this on contract? So the government's response to this may mean more work for you. And if you don't ask it, you could be eliminated from the competition altogether. The government needs a way to put you on contract. So if the government's answer is open competition, well, that tells me that this is going to be a solicitation that probably comes out on SAM.gov, and I'm going to have to write a proposal for it. They may say that we're looking at setting it aside for a small business, and then it will be competed openly. Same thing, only now you have less competition. They may say, we are going to set this aside for a woman-owned small business and compete it. Now, if there's any set aside that you don't have, that tells you got some work to do. Now, you may have to team up with a company that's a woman-owned small business or 8A, depending on what they're planning on for a set aside. You can ask them, hey, government, I don't have that set aside. Is it possible to open it up to just small business? Ask the question. You're there. This is why you're there. See if you can influence the decision. They may say, there's nothing we can do about it. Or they may say, well, the decision hasn't been made yet. So, we like your product or solution. Maybe we'll keep it open so we can get as many bidders as possible. What are some other things that you may want to ask the government? We talked about funding. We talked about timeline. And we talked about how they're going to put it on contract. Something else they may tell you is, we intend to award this on the GSA schedule. Do you have a GSA schedule? Because if you don't, you won't even see the solicitation come out. Most likely, it's going to go to the GSA schedule holder. So In that case, you either need a GSA schedule if you're going to have enough time, which it's a long timeline to apply for that, or you could partner with a company that has GSA, which is probably the option you're going to go with at that point. There's other contract vehicles. But you want to understand how the government's going to put a company on contract. And if you have the vehicles or the ability to go after that. So those are 3 tips. They're very important. Is there money? What's the timeline? How are they putting you on contract? Understand those things as early as possible, and that can keep you out of trouble. It can make you more competitive when the solicitation comes out. And most importantly, it won't eliminate you because of stupidity, because you didn't ask the question. If you want to learn more about government contracting, if you want to potentially start a consulting business in the government contracting space, acquire the skills to do that, acquire the sales skills to go work for a company as a sales executive, go check out our certification program at govclose.com. We have some great new certified representatives. They're going out there already winning clients. It's really great. If you're a company that is looking for talented individuals that have actually received real training on selling to the government, from people that have actually sold to the government, people that have actually been in the government putting companies on contract, you can also head over to GovClose and just say, hey, I want to hire one of your GovClose certified advisors. And we can match you with the best representative, depending on what your industry is, what you're trying to do. These are great individuals, top-notch, and they stand by to help you succeed in government contracting, increase the number of contracts you're winning, increase that government revenue coming in, really streamline the whole process. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. Please leave some comments and let us know, what videos do you want to see? All right, take care.